Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at making art forgeries, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And my name is Benj. So today, we're drawing Forgery. That's
is
the
true,
title.
yeah. We are forging some art today. Forgerying. We're making forgeries. Well, no, we're not actually making forgeries, you see, because we don't actually have the skill to make art forgeries. I have a theory that art forgers, forgeriers, actually, it takes more skill than the original artist, because they have to, like, match the brush strokes, and they have to match the colors, and they have to do the research, and they have to, you know, like, they have to draw in somebody else's style exactly. They have to pretend so well that they're that person that it fools people. Like, that takes a lot of work versus, like, some, you know, Degas or Van Gogh or something that's just like, yeah, I think this looks good. This is just how I paint. Like, they didn't think, you think they thought about their style? I mean, maybe they did. But I think a lot of artists were just like, this is just how I paint and how I draw. And then people are like, oh, yes, this is the style that they get. But their style was just like, when they picked up a pencil, what happened? You know?
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
I'm sure there's probably someone in the comments who cares about art, like artists that aren't us, like not poor artists, is going to be like, no, they actually went to French art school, you see, and they studied with the masters. And I mean, there's probably some truth to that, which is why we still have hope, because one day people will study us.
yeah, we won't study art. That's a promise.
No, you have our solemn vow to not study. Heck, we won't even really practice. It's just pure. This is the thing. It's pure, unadulterated art.
You would think that what we do counts as practice since we draw regularly.
Pretty consistently, but
the other day I was at busing school, and
as one
we
does.
had to play Pictionary.
What? This was recently?
Yeah.
They called you in just to play Pictionary? I'll never understand your job, but
And then, well, I mean, you know how it is.
I'm just gonna
My
nod.
team won, of course.
Well, yeah, because they had an artist on their team.
Yeah.
A pure artist. That's the thing. You got like an impressionist to play Pictionary. They'd have to go through the dictionary and guess every word.
Some of the people that were playing were real bad at Pictionary.
I mean, it has been said many times that bus drivers make bad artists.
Like, it's not even just that they were bad. It's like, you're like, do you not know how to, like, tell us anything with art? You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to draw a fight, right? So they drew two stick figures with an arrow pointing from one to the other.
Yeah,
Like,
fighting.
How is that a fight? Like,
Maybe they've just never seen a fight or watched a movie or imagined a fight. That's probably it. Oh, little Sally in your drawing just got extra creepy.
what? No, that's the Mona Lisa.
Oh gosh.
As you can clearly tell.
No.
Buy it.
No. Because the half smile
It's,
and the dead soul. It's like in those like mystery movies. Like, we grew up watching an amazing mystery movie as kids called Private Eyes, where they're in like an old mansion, and there's all the paintings where they put their eye, like they stand in the walls and put their eyes through the painting. That's like that, but nobody's standing behind it. Mona Lisa, somebody cut the eyes out, using it for like a mask.
Yep. Just the eyes.
Yep. You know, when the world like falls apart, that's the first thing people are gonna do. Cut out the eyes in the Mona Lisa wearing his mask.
Of course.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
I didn't actually look up a picture of the Mona Lisa before doing this.
I think that is quite.
So, like, I don't even know if, like, the pose or anything is correct. You would think, as an artist, I would know what the Mona
as
Lisa
you've said,
looks
we don't
like.
study.
But
We hardly
last
even look
time
at.
I saw a picture of the Mona Lisa was...
Would you like to see a picture of the Mona
Sure.
Lisa?
How close am I?
She has hair coming down both sides of the head.
Well, but this hair's behind her head, and this one is over her shoulder. That's correct, right?
It's on both shoulders.
Her hair's just shorter than I drew it.
Yeah, it's maybe they're all forgeries.
Yeah. Okay, so there's some hair on that shoulder. This hair goes farther because that's how it is.
That's where my mind is at today. I feel like I was just about to talk about something, and then art forgeries, art school,
Yeah.
color sucks. Sorry, Mom. Color stinks. She never let us say sucks growing up. And I don't really say it in daily life very much. Except when I think about color. It just really gets me upset.
Yeah, of course. Then there's this guy.
But art forgers, yeah, they've got to be like real skilled. You and I are pure artists, which
neck.
there's yeah.
Nice.
It kind of looks like a worm who turned into a man. Like Earthworm Jim. Remember that video game?
I do remember that game.
But yeah. We could be art forgers. In fact, Ben and I were discussing this earlier today as we were discussing our topic. We're going to become... Gosh, hang on. That arm. Okay, focus, Isaac. Focus on your words. Oh, God. What is that?
It's what he looks
What
like.
is that?
Don't make fun of him.
What is that?
He doesn't like it.
You know, okay. I don't want to make fun of anybody, but if you know how like it's oh gosh, it's getting breathe, don't. You know how in movies it's an uncommonly common thing in movies and TV shows for someone to like have their hand end up down the garbage disposal. How often does that happen in real life? How many times have you ever stuck your whole hand down the garbage disposal? Or like it happens like on accident, I feel like in movies where someone drops something down and then sticks their hand down and then the dog or something turns on that. This guy had
what movies are you watching? Like that sounds horrible.
See, that's the thing. I can't picture like a specific movie where somebody's hand is like in the garbage disposal, but I feel like I've never seen it in real life, but it shows up in movies and TV shows. Like,
it does it?
Like Disney Channel shows. It'll be like, I don't know. There's like I grew up with like a healthy fear of garbage disposals.
I think your family has weird fears of like random things.
That's very possible. I'm more afraid now that something's
you
going to
and
happen.
Your mom are afraid of clowns for some reason.
Clowns are terrifying.
And sharks. It's like no one gets attacked by sharks.
Okay, but this guy's hand was stuck down the garbage disposal. That's all I'm saying, and it scarred and fused. I don't even know, but here's the thing: Benj and I, we're gonna become two poor artists, art forgers, and we've been giving this some serious thought because we were playing a board game the other day and it had crayons. It didn't have any ballpoint pens, which is a really big oversight on the game creator.
Right. Yeah, we should talk to him.
Yeah. If I could get my hands on that guy, give him a piece of my mind. In fact, he can have the whole thing.
Your whole mind?
My whole mind. His. But the point is, there was only crayons. So Ben just did a drawing with crayons and a pencil. And I was like, whoa, Benj, blasphemy. Can't be making art with that. And he's like, well, he didn't sign it. He didn't put his name, age, anything. Everything was wrong with it, but it kind of looked like, like a two poor artist painting.
Yeah.
Drawing.
But
Don't say painting.
Not quite.
Yeah, not quite right. It looked like a forgery. So we had this epiphany about being art forgers. If we can make it like where there's a lot of forgeries of our art out there, we think it'll make our art more valuable. Don't you think, Bench?
Yes, of course. Tell me one piece of famous art that doesn't have a forgery.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not that the piece itself is anything special.
Yeah.
Like the Mona Lisa.
Is that really that special?
Yeah.
Or is it the fact that there's so many forgeries?
It's like the size of like a postage stamp and it's behind, like it's not even a good it used color.
Yeah, it's not even
It's
real
a gross looking painting. The colors aren't even like, it's nothing special, but like there's forgeries of it all the time. I mean, there's prints of it. People like practice drawing it. You attempted it today. So the thing is, if there's like thousands of Two Poor Artists forgeries floating around that use things like color and pencils and don't have names, or, you know, just like little things that you're like, that kind of reminds me, it'll make our art more special, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then the value will go up because people will be like, is that a real Two Poor Artists? And we'll be like, why, yes, it is. Thank you for your savings account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like if we make our own fakes, then the real art will be more,
yeah. And if
like, more desired.
And if the plan doesn't go according to plan, we can always sell the forgeries.
Right.
But I wouldn't feel right about that. Not because I'd feel bad about it being a forgery. I'd feel bad because it's not pure art.
Yeah, because it would have color or it wouldn't have a name.
So that's the one place this might backfire. And if we start making more money off the forgeries than the real art, we'll just have to stop, because then we're just like hurting the art community as a whole.
Yeah.
Like making the world a worse place. So
I don't know if that's how you spell forgeries.
you know, Benj, I don't know either.
One of those words that you don't have to spell very often.
Forgery.
In life.
I mean, I'm guessing that's how you spell it. I was just going to write forgery, but you know, whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine.
So look, let's just go back to your worm guy for a second. I understand now why he's got like super buff forearms.
Yeah.
Because he's a blacksmith. And I'm guessing blacksmiths have super hardy
Yeah. Well, and
forearms.
He hits his hand all the time.
Oh, it's all coming together.
See how his hand's on? Like, the other hand's fine.
Yeah.
Because
So like
his hammer.
the hand mangler like shows up at this guy's house and he looks through the window and he's like,
He does it himself.
Nope. Can't do anything more for this guy. So he's like, yeah, he's like an art forger.
Yeah.
Like he's forging the art on the anvil of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he forges art in a forge.
it's pretty good. Especially, I mean, I understand now why they're like soulless looking Mona Lisas. Like they're not very good forgeries.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like,
they don't have to be.
I feel like that could be a thing for those people who are like, you know how you meet people sometimes and they're like way too into Halloween decorating. You know the type they're like excited when like a new spooky like lawn decoration comes out in like July.
Yeah.
And then you come to their house during October and you just kind of feel like creeped out the whole time. I feel like they'd buy these Mona Lisas for like October.
Well, I thought you were going to say like someone who's that obsessed with Mona Lisa would be.
Oh, maybe there is. You know, that's probably a thing. There's probably like a guy.
Like you walk to his house and it's like everything.
Wall, he's like a Guinness World Record for the most Mona Lisa
lamp.
Yeah, like the carpet, the couch, the
bed sheets.
Exactly. That's the thing about the Mona Lisa. Like, realistically, if we start forging our own art, that's the level we will probably reach.
Well, except that wouldn't really be forged. That would just be a merch. Like we would just have a merch store.
Yeah, but I'm saying like we have to have like that popular of art, and the only way to get there is a lot of forgeries.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can start.
Then we can start doing like merch store, which we will do a merch store if we get the 1,000 views or whatever.
If we can get 1,000 views on every video, they'll let us have a merch store on YouTube.
So that's a challenge for you guys.
I think our last video had what was it? 12?
Yeah.
12 views. So it's only like 980.
Just 100 times.
8.
Just 100 times.
Yeah.
The number of people.
If you just tell 100 people.
Yeah, each of you.
I feel like this is going to turn into like an ASPCA.
Yeah, if each of you tell 100 people to watch our video. And it has to be 100 people that will actually watch the whole video.
Because if you just tell people won't.
Yeah, they're just going to watch like a minute. That doesn't help.
That doesn't count at all. We need, you think Sarah McLachlan will come do a commercial for us? Like, like late on like TV.
Yeah.
That comes on like after 11 o'clock.
Even you can help a poor artist
today. Just like show pictures of us like disheveled in the background, like in a cage drawing.
We should make a commercial.
Licking our pens and they're not working because we don't have any ink.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not like that destitute, but as far as artists go, 12 views on a drawing, it's pretty much the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't see any difference between a puppy in a cage and where we're at as artists.
Yep.
So if you know Sarah McLaughlin, and she's looking for her next noble cause.
Yep. We're it.
The poor art community, which is just us,
Yeah, just the two of us,
is here for her.
Yeah.
It's really a favor for her as much as it is for us.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll even do a drawing to pay her.
It would be great PR for her.
Maybe sometime we'll draw Sarah McLaughlin,
Yep.
ASPCA, sad puppy drawings.
Yep. Sad puppy drawings is how you get people to watch, right?
I think it is.
That's what you guys, the fans, want to see.
Sad puppies and cats and goats. Maybe not goats. There's like a...
Are there sad goats? I think they just scream.
I don't... So it's just like goats in pain?
Well, no, that's just the default sound.
Oh.
Default goat setting.
Yeah. All right, give me that pen.
Yeah, let's see what you draw.
All right, so when I think of forgeries, there's only one thing that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess people forge other things.
Yeah.
There's like purses and...
Oh, you meant like that type of like I was on the blacksmith.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
You can forge so many things.
But it's like usually art, right? Like there's like shows about like famous art forgers and
right, yeah.
Like it's always like you could make a forgery of anything.
And the reason for that is just because of how ridiculous names are, like price wise. Like I was watching something the other day, or I think it was just a post on Facebook or something. But a guy was talking about how he just like goes to Goodwill, like buys things and sells them, right?
Yeah, I met a guy at Goodwill one time.
And one of the things, like because like everyone that does that has like their specialties, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's specialty was like glass work, right? So he goes and like there's like a bowl, and he's like, "Oh, I recognize the name," and it was like a $2,000 like glass bowl.
What?
Being sold for like $2 at Goodwill.
First of all, why are there $2,000 glass bowls?
Exactly.
Why are we not making glass bowls? We could be too poor glass blowers.
Yeah, like you go to do like the Renaissance Festival and watch glass blowing.
Yeah.
Or like go to like a professional and you're like, okay, it's a cool skill and they're pretty impressive with it. But like what makes this bowl $2,000 and that bowl $20?
Or like
and they look the exact
at
same.
the dollar store.
Yeah.
You know,
like everyone else that went to Goodwill walked past that thinking, oh, it's just a cheap glass bowl.
Yeah, because it is.
Yeah. But someone online is willing to pay just because of the name on it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying. You know, it's like you can have the worst art ever. It can just be a line on a piece of paper. But that guy's name is valuable. So that's why you get forgeries, because it's like you were saying, the forgers are like more impressive artists, but they can't sell their own art, so they just forge.
Oh, you hit the table.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on, man. Come on.
It's his
now his shoes
on
Now his shoes. Come on.
Above the table.
This was a perfect drawing up until that point.
Yeah.
No, just have to do it untied on that one too.
Both of his shoes are untied?
Has issues with the shoes. I don't know.
Is this an art forger?
I don't know what's going on with his collar. He's just kind of... No, this is the guy who he's like the detective.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he's wearing a pajama shirt.
Pajama shirt.
He's in his pajamas.
He rushed out here.
I guess he did.
He heard about this art forging going on.
I suppose he did, because it's literally... It's literally what...
He's still in his pajamas.
Yep. No, that's unfortunately what has transpired here today. I tried a little nose first, but not...
Wait, that's his nose? Okay.
That's the nose.
So he's
That's
looking-
not a nose.
He's looking not where he's pointing.
Look at that. Look at that guy. I'm just gonna. I feel like just leaving him like that because he looks kind of cool right now, like like the Invisible Man, who you can see his eyes,
Yeah,
and nose and mouth for some reason. But if
Yeah.
I do more, it's just gonna.
you can't see his head. You can only see the facial features.
It's not gonna make it look better. Is my point. If I keep going, see, it's already worse. Well, see, the ears in the completely wrong spot.
Yeah. Ears are level with the eye. You know.
I know, and that's why I told you this. There was no hope from the beginning of this. Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I never draw ears,
I've noticed.
as you guys probably all know, because ears look weird. Like even on normal humans, like looking at people's ears is weird.
I mean, if you just go around looking at somebody's ears, it is really weird. I don't recommend it. I also don't recommend whatever this guy's hairstyle is.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't reach the ears,
Nope.
so it's not normal.
No, it's a weird sort of thing.
It's pretty horrible.
That's not the point. This guy rushed out in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
didn't even tie his shoes. He was in his pajamas. His hair's messed up. His ears in the wrong place. It's all just part of the thing. Yeah. There's supposed to be a woman over here in my vision for today's drawing.
Trying to go another nose first. Does she have glasses or does she have square eyes?
That's a good question. I'm also not entirely sure which way her head is facing.
Well, I think it's that, not her nose.
That is the nose. But do I put another eye here? Is that?
Well, I mean, that's like the nose is in between the eyes.
Huh? Glasses it is? Oh, gosh.
Oh, she's so nerdy.
She works in an art gallery. Of course she is. She's got a face like an IT man. Maybe it's a man. There's times when it's just like she's just not pretty enough to be a woman.
Yeah, there's almost turning this person into a woman is mean.
I mean, making him a human the way I draw.
I mean, there's always the default rudeness of our drawings. This is why we don't draw people we respect.
It is a rule of our art.
A rule that we break fairly often.
It is a rule that we break quite often. But I don't respect these two.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
who could?
Man.
Oh.
Very skinny. You couldn't tell. He's got a very baggy shirt on.
Yeah.
Very baggy shirt on. But
Oh man, who's this guy?
he's the gallery owner.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he was an IT guy.
No.
He kind of looks like he would own a art
I
gallery.
know, right? Like, yeah, he made his money in tech. And, started the biggest tech. Started Geek Squad, you know, and went into the art business because he heard that's what rich people do.
Yeah. Only for tax fraud purposes, though.
Well, of course, that's the only reason anybody gets into.
Yeah, that's the only reason that most art has any value to it.
Which, hey, you know, we're artists, so if you do tax fraud,
Contact, we will draw,
we will draw art.
and you can pay us less than you claim it costs. All you want. I'm
We will overcharge for art.
undercharge for art.
We'll do what
Medium charge for art.
you tell us the price. We'll charge that.
Yeah.
We'll take your money. I don't know how. Then what? We have to like kill someone or something. Like,
If that's what's needed.
I think that's how it goes. I don't really know. I've never dealt in this.
They had to like fight their last artist to the death or something.
I think it's something like that. Like he gets killed in like a shootout, maybe at the bank where they're doing.
I mean, artists always have to die eventually because then their art becomes double value. I guess that's always the danger. Like if you do art for a rich guy, he might like buy your art and then kill you and then sell your art for twice as much.
It is always the worry. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm constantly concerned about that.
I do worry about that from time to time. Like, but the thing is, nobody's really bought our art. Like, we have there's like one person who owns our art.
Yeah, well, there's a couple.
I don't think our moms count.
Well, there's that ASU guy.
That's true. There's a couple of people. But again, we didn't charge crazy amounts because we don't want to lure in the kind of people who have money to hire assassins.
Yes.
That's the struggle.
Yeah, we sell to college students and moms.
I mean...
The safe.
A very niche market. Very, very, very much so. Yeah.
We might branch out to junior hires one of these days.
It's possible. But yeah. But I mean, if we start doing art forgeries, the prices are only going to go up.
Yeah. Yeah. Of our originals.
Don't ask how the Y is hanging out of the frame. It's part of the artsiness of it. This is the number gallery. You know how there's like, we went to that one art museum like a few months ago, and there was like a luchador gallery.
Yep, I do remember that.
That was quite special.
Then we hung up our art in the bathroom.
Although, let's be honest, people would probably rather look at what we looked at or what we drew than
but it
like the luchador underwear that was on display.
Yeah, that should have been in the bathroom.
Where all underwear in public belongs. I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
Well, like I always say, if it's not under your pants, it's be in the bathroom.
Yeah. You do say that a lot. It's a little weird, but I've learned to just roll with it. But now that I think about it. Anyway, this guy's, you call that a bed by the art? I don't even know what the situation is here. It's like...
He rushed out there, that's for sure.
He's like, I sense disturbance in the art gallery.
Yeah. There must be some forgery afoot.
Yeah, the forgery. It's a forgery.
I get it. I see you spelled it wrong.
Because it's spelled like a forgery, like 1, 2, 3, forgery.
Like a pun.
Yeah, there it is, the forgery.
His armpits talking about it.
It's quite a skill.
Like how some people do those like armpit farts.
Yeah,
he's like does the whole conversation.
He speaks the armpit language.
What is Treasure Planet?
Oh yeah,
where they had the flatulent language.
Yeah,
and the scientist guy spoke it.
You're right. I forgot all about that. And he does like armpit farts to like speak to the alien. This guy's I don't know where this one's gonna go. Now you got me worried about the placement of my arrows.
Well, and it's that far away, you can just assume.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you just assume?
I can envision.
What else do galleries have? They have like lights. Don't they have like lights that shine on the...
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you can see the light or the art. It's always so dark in art places.
Yeah, I think part of that is like because they don't like there's like fancy expensive art that they don't like want damaged by the light. But most galleries, I think they're hoping if people can't see it very well, they'll think it was good.
Yeah.
It's the thing with pen drawings. You can expose them to as much UV as you want.
Yeah.
The pen strokes will be okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean,
in Arizona,
eventually,
In Arizona,
But it's like this, like the paper dissolved. You know, like,
that's more what I was thinking. In Arizona, it's not that it's gonna fade; it's that the paper is literally gonna like
burst into flames.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add
nothing's safe in Arizona.
Just like some mysterious footprints going this way.
Is this part of the art, or is this somebody who needs his feet checked out? They're ever changing.
Yeah, he's just walking like one side of the foot, middle of the foot, the other side of the foot, tiptoe heel. Every step. Like, just put like that one there. I was like, I don't even know the heel or that's like the tiptoe. You know, just
this is how you trick.
Yeah.
Every step you change your shoe. And
that was like the left side, front. Yeah, it's all not because it's not has nothing to do because I can't draw the shape of a foot. Yeah.
If you're ever doing a crime, remember to bring 10 pairs of shoes.
Switch them out. Switch them out as you go.
Change how you walk every step. People will just be like, "Oh, that can't be the same person."
It's true.
We lost sight of it.
People used to do that with I remember reading about like prohibition. They were like making moonshine out in the forest, and they'd like make like bear feet things and strap it to their shoes, so the cops would be like, "Oh, there's a bear out here." Definitely not a bunch of hillbillies making moonshine.
Yeah, definitely not that. It's weird that a bunch of bears all walk the same path over and over again.
Yeah, and these empty liquor bottles. Bears really don't know the law. But, that's just how it works. I don't know. I assume that cops aren't that stupid. But
yeah. From what I see, detectives are usually pretty good at their jobs.
I mean, that could just be the ones they make movies about.
Well, I meant like documentaries more than movies, but
well, I mean, there's a movie. Documentary is a type of movie.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not making documentaries about like the cop who was like, man, there's footprints. That guy over there has 10 shoes. But I don't know how we did it.
That's true.
They make ones about the pajama clad art. Inspector rushes out in the middle of the night because he figured out the case.
Yeah.
And then he tracked down the guy who clearly walks with many shoes.
This type of thing is like the Steve Martin Pink Panther. Where it's just like he got a clue at some point. Like you'll find a forgery and the whole thing ends up being a pun.
It'd be great. That's the best kind of detectives. Either the really smart ones or the really funny ones.
Yep.
They don't make it like there's no like middle ground detectives.
No.
They're either really great, really bad, really funny, or just like there's no like just normal. I mean, I guess there's like crime shows on TV.
Yeah. But those are usually
they're not movies. There's no movies about your average everyday detective.
Right.
They're always like there's something special about them. And you know how many times movies with detectives in are like, it turns out it's his arch nemesis that he's been looking for 20 years who murdered his family and
the whole time
spat in his lunch that one time 20 years ago.
And you're like, why? If it's always this guy, why doesn't he just go to his house from the start?
Yeah, it's always, I don't know. But there it is, Forgery. Look for a Two Poor Artists forgery coming to a street corner near you.
This one was pretty good because there's two different puns.
Yeah, for forge.
Yeah.
Forging like with the hammer and anvil. And the number 4.
We don't usually both get to do a pun.
We don't. Normally we debate about like who gets to draw first this week. Oh, you get the pun and I have to suffer through something boring. But no, this was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty decent work.
Okay. So remember to look out for a forgery of our art.
Yeah.
And then buy the real art from us.
For more than the forgery.
Because you
saw the forgery and you're like, oh man, if they're forging this, it must be good. You know how you know a two poor? I kind of already went over this earlier, but how you know the forgery? If it uses color, if it uses pencil,
right?
If there's no name, if there's no date.
We don't
not date. What am I saying? No age. If
Yeah.
they put the date, you really know it's a forgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it looks
If the
too
age-
good,
Oh yeah. If it's just good art.
yeah. Like if you're like, that's a too poor artist, and you're like, their detective's not randomly wearing pajamas. Like, looks like they went
You could
for like
tell
a suit,
that-
like they maybe were going. But yeah,
Like he's an actual detective.
yeah. But that's how you know.
Or if it says someone else's name.
I mean, that's a pretty dead giveaway. Like Isaac with 2 S's instead of an A, or like instead of 2 A's.
Yeah.
Like, if they sign it to poor artists, that'd be a really good forge. If I was going to forge art like I'm going to of ours, I would just sign it to poor artists.
Right, yeah.
Because we don't sign stuff like that.
Yeah. We don't.
Yeah, we don't have
You got to know which one of us to blame.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly why we do it. Exactly why. So that blame is appropriately divvied out to the proper poor artist. Goodbye. Wait, no, we can't just say.
What?
Can I just say goodbye? It seems like we were just having such a good time with the people at home, and or in the car, or in the. I don't know where you are.
Are they ever having a good time when they watch us?
They're probably like, "Oh my gosh, it's not over.
Why? Just say bye
the suffering
already.
continues."
I need to get back to whatever important thing I'm doing.
Yeah, I was gonna turn it off. I stopped my knitting just because of. I thought that I was gonna have to press stop and click on the next video, but now my knitting needles are down, and now the 2 poor artists are still talking.
Yeah, they just keep ending it and then talking more. We're practically the worst.
Goodbye.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.